As I have lived my life up until now, I've lived over 40 years. I'll be 43 in December. And so it's been so many lessons, so many life lessons. And as I've always been saying and thinking and feeling, we always need to be growing, learning and evolving in our lives. Basically every day we can have lots of lessons. People and situations teach us things, and we are supposed to be embracing those lessons and learning from them and letting them go and moving forward, moving on with our lives, not being stuck in negative surroundings with negative people, with negative mindsets. You know, if you have a negative attitude and outlook, if you have a negative energy, if you're always attacking others, blaming others for your problems, then you are the problem. So I have a few topics, downloads, thoughts that are just coming to me today that I need to discuss, I need to address, I need to talk about with you guys who are my soul people. I'm really praying and manifesting to attract only my soul clients, my soul people who actually need me and my voice, my energy, my work, because of course that's what I'm here for. Nobody's doing anything, nobody has a business, or they are, you know, creating things just for empty walls. So naturally I'm here only for my soul people, and so this is just coming to me as an encouraging message because I'm an encourager. I was always an encourager to people. I'm not sure if they valued it, but I've always been naturally uplifting people and been kind and sensitive, of course. So what I want to say right now, what is coming to me that I need to say. Nobody is coming to ask you if they can abuse you. Nobody is coming to ask you if you would like $1 million. For example, nobody is coming to ask you if you want to have a better life for yourself. Usually people don't do these things. And then we wonder why we have so many depressed people with mental health issues and illnesses. For example, you know, hospitals are filled with people in them. Things like that. Doctors are busy. You know, people are being killed and destroyed all over the world all the time. And you know, nobody is coming to ask those victims, is this okay? And so my point with this is what is just coming to me now is that you need to listen to yourself more and ask yourself those questions. If you want your life authentically to change, you have to start embracing those lessons. Like I said, we always need to be growing and learning and evolving. And of course, those who only complain and project their shit on others and just want to send black magic, hexes, curses, you know, to have someone's life destroyed who has done nothing bad to them, who might be a kind, sensitive person, and they don't deserve it. So, you know, people like that, you can imagine where they are going and how happy they are in their lives. All they do is attack others, so they do not have peace. So again, because I did not have a single adult who would have known me, understood me, been there for me authentically. My teacher almost was when I was like 6 years old when I started school. But she was removed. And then there was this teacher who did not get me at all, and who later I realized that was traumatizing me basically the whole time that I was in school. And you can do the math if you're wondering why I never enjoyed being in school, because I was always being attacked and bullied and criticized and put down by my classmates and also by my teacher. She was basically invalidating me. She would not even give me an A in English, even though I would have deserved it. But if you're getting my point here, that us chosen ones, we go through heavy things like this. You are an empath, you are a highly sensitive person, you care about others, you have a big heart, but who is there for you? And that is a big problem. And you always basically have to beware of those who want to attack you. You have to pay attention, you have to watch your back basically the whole time, wherever you are, whether it's online or offline. At least from my experience, it's been that basically I would have needed a bodyguard. Well, of course, Jesus can be our bodyguard if we let him be one. So yes, of course, I recommend that you pray, you surrender to the divine every day, every morning, and invite the protection in. But again, so like I was saying, nobody, at least it's very rare, if somebody's even asking how you are, generally, if they are generally actually caring about you. Of course, it's good if you have people like that, but usually our abusers do not ask us, is it okay that I abuse you? Is it okay that I bully you? Is it okay that I attack you and try to destroy your health and your peace and everything that you have and steal everything from you? Of course it doesn't happen. It would be silly if it happened. And of course they do not want to take their mask off. They do not want us to know that they are what they are. Even though with their behavior and with their energy, they are showing us what they are being. Because again, I'm a child of God. If you try to do me wrong and destroy me and send my way black magic and hexes and curses and ill will and ill intentions, negative energies, negative thoughts, wishing that my life would end, that my business would go bankrupt, whatever. You are only destroying yourself. You are only digging your own grave. You are only digging your own hole. Karma is real, the law of attraction is real, and we're always manifesting things. So if you are being negative, like I said, you're going to be manifesting and attracting more negativity into your life. Because energy is energy. And the world is a holograph. So what you are being ultimately is what you will get. So maybe today it's time that you start making a change in your life, because you're the only one who can do it for yourself. Those bullies, those attackers, those abusers, they won't take accountability or responsibility for what they did, very likely, no. So you have to start supporting yourself. So maybe stop, take a breather. Maybe, stay away from your phone for a while, or whatever it is that your body and your mind, your soul need right now. Ask yourself, what do I want really? Am I going to be on my own side? Am I going to be supporting myself? Or am I going to be wallowing in this pain? Am I going to be hurting all the time? Am I not setting healthy boundaries? Am I not saying no when I need to? Because you owe it to yourself that you start to treat yourself with kindness and respect. And then likely others will reflect that back to you. And if they don't, they are not your people. So I think it's important that we really differentiate who is for us and who is not. Because so many people don't understand what it's like to be a sensitive earth angel, starseed, God's chosen one, empath, highly sensitive person. Like I am, for example, people really treated me always like I'm an alien. And then, of course, in the last year since 2017, I realized that I actually am one. So it's not easy when you really care about everyone, but not everyone cares about you. And you just have to be able to handle it somehow to stay sane. So this is also a huge self-care routine. Part of that routine, that you ask yourself, you cultivate positive self-talk, inner speech. How am I doing today? What do I actually believe in? Do I actually support myself or not? What am I focusing on? Because those abusers, again, do not do that. And if people in your life don't do that to you either, nobody's coming to pick you up, nobody's coming to lift you up from the floor as you're crying in pain and in panic. Likely, nobody's coming for you. So you have to pick yourself up and move on, move forward. That is what I had to do many, many times after my toxic exes, after so many incidents. So as I was really activating my YouTube presence, working on my YouTube channel in 2019, I've been saying this sometimes, I was still dealing with the aftermath of one of my narcissistic exes, but I was very motivated because he triggered me to want to help others and to be spreading the word, to be spreading more awareness of domestic violence and narcissistic abuse even more, because I seriously had enough. He did me in such an asshole way, and he immediately, switched me in like a lightning moment to a new supply. And my eyes were opening like, okay, this is really the truth. And even though I tried to warn her, she did not believe me. She was asking for proof. And all I could say to her was, of course, I have pictures with him, but how else do I prove that to her? So she ended up marrying him, and I've talked about this before. And apparently they have a baby, and she's a single mother now, and she's going through divorce. From what I noticed. And he has been in dating apps looking for new victims. So these things are no joke. When you're seriously playing with somebody's heart and mind and soul, and marrying them and having babies with them, and then you leave them like they're nothing to you. And of course, I had recovered from my depression since 2010, 2011, basically. I have still been tested a lot. Like as chosen ones, I learned that we just go through a lot of tests, and we don't always know necessarily which test it is that is being sent our way. But I learned this the hard way, and I embraced the truth because I had no choice, because I've had to learn to support myself alone, without nobody understanding me, without being able to talk to anyone who would authentically understand me, that I could fully tell my story to them. I don't trust people anymore as much, and so I'm not so open anymore, and apparently we just need to be careful. So this is just seriously what's coming to me today. Because again, of course, it's demonic energy if somebody comes into your life in some shape or form, and all they want to do is attack you and make you feel bad about yourself, who you are and what you're doing. They can be jealous, they can be of Jezebel spirit, they can be sexually harassed, for example. There are so many tricks in the book that they might try to project onto you because they think that you are an easy target. But they are the idiot one, you are not. And of course, the wiser and stronger you're getting, the more you are aware and you are paying attention and you are supporting yourself. And that is what I have had to do the hard way, because there's no other option. So seriously, you need to learn to support yourself in these situations and love yourself. And so if this resonates, I have always so much to say when I'm getting these thoughts and downloads, and I'm writing posts and, recording these videos, and it's sometimes exhausting because I'm also sensitive. But then I just remind myself that I'm here on Father God's mission, and I have been called to do this, and I've gone through serious issues, and that is why I wrote my book, so that I would be able to help my people. So again, if everything that I'm saying resonates and you need help and support, buy my book, apply to work with me, and I can then start to help you and guide you in the right direction.